The confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County over the last 24 hours is 5,100, with 103 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 43 additional cases were reported with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Bella Shaw. It's Thursday, February 10th. LA area schools continue to see a decline in the number of positive tests and test positivity for both students and staff members. For the week ending on February 4th, schools conducted more than 515,000 tests that resulted in less than 1,400 positive tests, a 36% decrease from the week before. The test positivity rate also decreased by about 40%. As of a week ago, 33% of 5 to 11-year-olds and 84% of 12 to 17-year-olds were reported as having gotten at least one vaccine dose. 24% of 5 to 11-year-olds and 75% of 12 to 17-year-olds were fully vaccinated. Outbreaks across LA County schools remained relatively stable. Public health officials say school-based safety measures are making a positive difference. As of last week, there were 56 active school outbreaks, including 15 new ones, mostly in elementary and high schools, a small increase from the prior week. LA County recorded its highest single-day fatality in 11 months this Wednesday, with 103 deaths. Public health officials remind everyone to remain vigilant, especially as Super Bowl Sunday approaches. To help keep families safe during the big game, LA County public health officials offer ideas on how to reduce your risk of COVID-19 while enjoying a Super Bowl watch party with family and friends. They say while traditions may involve gathering indoors for an extended period of time while eating, drinking, and cheering, it may be a good idea to switch things up this year, as these are all conditions that increase the risk of transmission. If you are planning to go to a bar or a restaurant to view the game, officials say check the venue's COVID-19 requirements ahead of time. The risk of getting the virus is low if everyone attending is fully vaccinated and boosted. If you're attending or hosting a party, take extra precautions if there will be people present who are not fully vaccinated or if they are at a higher risk of severe illness if they get infected. This includes older adults and those with medical conditions. Health experts remind everyone that COVID-19 spreads more easily in closed spaces with poor airflow, crowded places with many people from different households, and close contact settings where people are talking, shouting, or laughing. They hope these simple tips will help protect both themselves and those around them this Sunday and other days when they're gathering to celebrate or unwind. Many people working in California will be eligible for COVID-19 supplemental sick leave. Governor Gavin Newsom signed the bill yesterday, saying employees can once again access COVID-paid sick leave. He added that state lawmakers are providing a $6.1 billion relief package for those hardest hit by the pandemic. The newly signed Assembly Bill 84 extends the paid time off through September 30th. A similar paid COVID leave law expired last September. Governor Newsom's signature on the new law comes after the state legislature approved the measure earlier this week. It applies to businesses with 26 or more employees. Under the bill, employers will be required to give workers as much as 2 weeks paid time off if they become infected with the coronavirus. Eligible employees will get up to 40 hours of paid time off if they experience COVID-19 symptoms, are caring or a relative who tests positive for the virus, or are subject to quarantine or isolation orders. Employees can also get paid time off for getting the vaccine or a booster shot and to recover from any potential side effects. They can also qualify for an additional 40 hours if they or a family member are sick with COVID-19. Part-time employees may also be eligible to receive some supplemental leave. The supplemental leave goes into effect immediately and also retroactively covers COVID-related illnesses starting January 1st of this year. Inflation hit another 40-year high last month. It surged 7.5% on an annual basis, the highest since 1982. Consumer prices surged more than expected over the past 12 months. The acceleration of prices ranged from food and energy to apartment rents and electricity. Shortages of supplies and workers, heavy doses of federal aid, ultra-low interest rates, and robust consumer spending combined to send inflation leaping in the past year. Ports and warehouses continue to get overwhelmed, with hundreds of workers at the ports of LA and Long Beach out sick last month. Many products and parts remain in short supply as a result. The steady rise in prices left many Americans unable to afford child care, food, gas, rent, and other necessities. Economists say there are few signs that it will slow significantly anytime soon. Wages are rising at the fastest pace in at least 20 years. A separate report from today shows weekly jobless claims total 223,000 as of February 5th, a decline of 16,000 from the previous week. It was the lowest total since January 1st. The California Department of Public Health announced a dried plum recall, saying it can be especially dangerous to children and pregnant women. Officials say consumers should not eat these 8 specific types of dried plum products. They're known as saladitos and are imported from China and Taiwan. Tests found unacceptable levels of lead, and those who bought these products are told to throw them away immediately. Officials say the saladitos contain as much as 33.25 micrograms of lead per serving. Children under age 6 should not eat more than 3 micrograms of lead per day as a total from all dietary sources. Pregnant women and parents of children who may have consumed these saladitos should consult with their doctors to determine if medical testing is needed. The products were sold at retail stores throughout California in late 2021 through early 2022. Millions of people will be watching the Super Bowl this Sunday, and many of them can end up with bad stomach aches if they're not careful with the food they eat that day. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service estimates 1 billion chicken wings to be consumed before, during, and after the game. Officials say whether you bake, fry, or roast those chicken wings, don't forget these 4 food safety tips. Clean your space and your hands to keep bacteria out of the kitchen. Wash your hands thoroughly when handling raw food, and make sure food preparation surfaces and utensils are unsoiled. Separate raw meat and poultry from produce, and cooked foods by using different cutting boards. Cook chicken wings to 165 degrees Fahrenheit and measure with a food thermometer in the thickest part of the wing, avoiding the bone. And chill your perishable snacks such as dips, sauces, and the chicken wings after 2 hours. That's when officials say they become at risk of bacteria multiplying to dangerous levels. Put out small amounts of food for guests to enjoy and replenish frequently to avoid having the same food sitting out for hours. Torrance-based Chloe Kim became the first woman ever to win 2 snowboard halfpipe gold medals. The 21-year-old won her second gold at the Beijing Olympics this week, making her parents more than proud. Her father, Jeonjin Kim, immigrated to the U.S. from South Korea in 1982 and worked minimum wage jobs to save money for college. He lived in Torrance and attended El Camino College while continuing to work at night. Chloe started snowboarding at 4 years old, and Jeonjin drove 6 hours from their home in Torrance to Mammoth Mountain so she could train. Once her father found out how talented she was, he quit his job to fully support her dream. Meanwhile, a couple of other athletes on Team USA, both with California ties, made history. Lindsay Jacobellis won the country's first Olympic gold medal, and it was for snowboard cross. This was the 36-year-old's 5th Olympic appearance, and she became the oldest, or let's just say the most seasoned American woman to medal at any Winter Games. This golden win was 16 years in the making, since the former Encinitas resident suffered a brutal fall that cost her gold in her Olympics debut at the 2006 Torino Winter Games. And Nathan Chen became the first American man to win Olympic figure skating gold since 2010. The 22-year-old trains in Irvine, and he apparently trained really well because he received the highest Olympic score ever in the event. The Torrance skies are expected to be filled with warbirds conducting formation training missions. The Tiger Squadron Formation Group is hosting and sponsoring its 2nd annual Aircraft Formation Clinic this Saturday and Sunday, February 12th and 13th. The group plans to have about 18 aircraft participate with COVID safety protocols in place. Flights will begin around 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, with formation practice taking place over the ocean. The Torrance Unified School District is ranked number 45 out of hundreds of California school districts. That's according to niche.com, a website that connects people to their future schools, neighborhoods, and workplaces. Torrance received an A as its overall grade, with the highest ranking in academics, diversity, and health and safety. When just looking at LA County, Torrance ranked number 3 in Most Diverse School Districts category. The ranking is based on racial and economic diversity and survey responses on school culture and diversity from students and parents. One TUSD senior wrote in part, quote, "I've been attending schools in the Torrance Unified School District since I was in 4th grade, and I've always been impressed with how kind and dedicated these teachers are when it comes to motivating and helping their students. Congratulations to TUSD for the high ranking and for providing our students with a great education." The annual Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count takes place over 3 days and 3 nights this month, and the City of Torrance needs your help. The city has served as a deployment site and partners with the LA Homeless Services Authority, local municipalities, law enforcement, and community members to get the official statistics of what homelessness looks like in our community. These are then used to bring the much-needed services and housing to the South Bay. This year, the count takes place on Wednesday, February 23rd, at the Ken Miller Recreation Center. You do not need any prior experience to volunteer. Due to the pandemic, volunteers are limited to 2 or 3 individuals from the same household. Those under the age of 18 must volunteer with a parent or a guardian. Families can register together at theycount.org/Torrance_count_2022-0126. If you have any questions, email the City of Torrance leads listed on your screen. Well, as we head into the weekend, be sure to tune in to Weekends in Torrance. New episodes air at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. On Friday, celebrate the Black History Month at Chester, Washington Golf Course, where its starter educates golfers about Black history. And as we continue to observe Lunar New Year, meet half-Korean Olivia Won as she shares what it's like to learn about her Korean heritage from her grandmother. Then on Sunday, City Cable's Rhiannon Trutanich shares what it's like to spend Valentine's Day with your canine companion. These stories and much more will be airing this weekend starting at 2 p.m. You can find us on Spectrum Cable Channel 3, Verizon Fios Channel 31, streaming on our website as well as on YouTube. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community, pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. As we've mentioned, it's almost Super Bowl weekend, and residents are getting really excited. Here is a front yard display outside one home in North Torrance. Looks like they are all ready for the big game. As we get ready to host gatherings and celebrate, the LA County Animal Care and Control reminds everyone to be mindful of our beloved pets who may not be as excited about the festivities. Here are some important pet safety tips to consider. Fireworks and gunfire can terrify our furry friends. They can injure them as well or cause them to run away. So make sure your pets have tags, collars, and are microchipped. And of course, refrain from these activities. Pets also could have a higher chance of getting access to toxic materials such as charcoal, glow sticks, or even some food items that they cannot eat, such as avocados or fruit pies. So make sure these items are kept out of reach. And bring pets indoors if possible. If they have to be kept outdoors, make sure all the gates are closed, locked, and secure. What a timely reminder to care for those who always care for us. Now, if you have a great story, an upcoming event, a photo, or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday as Leslie Robbins brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.